Don't expect no favors, nothing in return. Tell all your cross-eyed neighbors that it's none of their concern. Open the shades, Melinda, let in the outside air. I'm deep in doubt and I can't get out, and it must be dark in there. I wanna walk with you in the morning mist, though I should be home by now. And there must be some way out of this. I was thinking you'd know how. And my judgment may be shaky, and my shoes are soaking through, 'cause the weeds are wet and I haven't yet made any sense of you. All the midnight angels fold their wings by dawn, and the same old wild-eyed strangers sit and watch them till they're gone. I let the night unravel, forget my vain pursuits, except to feel that gray rock gravel on your road beneath my boots. I wanna walk with you in the changing light, when the shadows twist and play, and the ghosts that kept me out all night, we can chase them all away. And the talk of those that wander, and the talk of those that curse, let them have their thrill, they'll need it, will be no more for the worse. Shine your eyes upon me, whisper long and low, mindful of the longing that we evermore may know. Up the ridge on pasture, looking down below, you can see the stacks of Danville when the clouds don't hang so low. Should you take a mind to, won't you join me there? Open the shades, Melinda, let in the outside air. Thank you. Where you going with your head hung down? Papers blowing through the streets of town. And they've already taken all of your posters down. Didn't take them long once the orders came down. Sunrise off the lake shining in your eyes, shining on the wasted and the wise. All you hear ringing in your ears are bald-faced lies that scream like the gulls in that smoke-stained amber sky. Fly back to the nest if it helps at all. St. Mary of the woods in the early fall. The leaves are turning on the Wabash now, and children sing for you. They sing a song of your dreams come true. Where you going? Brandy on your breath. Bottles open, spilled across the desk. Snifters broken, smashed against the wall. Just the way you're standing says it all. You hung the sign out, please do not disturb. Your driver's waiting out front on the curb. Write it off as one more half-sold show. If they've already seen your best, they can do without the rest, don't you know? Fly back to the nest if it helps at all. St. Mary of the Woods in the early fall. The leaves are turning on the Wabash now, and the children sing for you. They sing a song of your dreams come true. Thank you. Bills are paid, but it makes no difference to the gods that seem to rule our home. The heat shut off for no known reason. This old building's got a mind of its own. I can tell your footsteps on the stairs from 3 flights up, and I know the jingling of your keys. You don't look back, you can't slow down. These days you don't have much to say to me. In another town, what would fetch a good living? Here is barely hand to mouth. So I'm going out and get a U-Haul trailer and drag it down the turnpike south, where the Garden State gives way to the real world and falls away in the rear view mirror. We'll mend our wounds and wait out the winter down across the Delaware. We get along in a manner of speaking. We rarely have to speak at all. Small talk over takeout pizza, silently passing in the hall. Post-it notes, opposite ships. Once in a blue moon we'll wake up in the same room, thankful for these thy many gifts. We run by night, we live it and breathe it with the best of the best, and I just don't care. Gonna mend my wounds and wait out the winter down across the Delaware. And I'll see you in the spring when the chill don't cut so deep. I'll be back around to give this town another crack at me. I heard a voice today I swore I knew from somewhere down in the southern sticks. I turned around to see some ragged stranger bumming change on the Uptown 6, and I froze like a stone. Could I ever get that low? Turned my face to the window. There by the grace of God I go, where the Garden State gives way to the real world and falls away in the rearview mirror. I'll mend my wounds and wait out the winter down across the Delaware. Thank you. Remember when we'd get together, burn the candle, don't you know? Smoke and drink and live forever. No one there to tell us no. This time I'm gonna kill that bastard. This time I'm not gonna miss. This time there ain't no doubt about it. Let me be quite clear on this. Out the back and down the alley, going to get your bucket spiked. Come back when you think you need me. Come back anytime you like. Where'd you get that red dress? Where'd you get that red dress? Well, yes, I'm drunk, but damn, you're ugly. Tell you one thing, yes, I will. Tomorrow morning I'll be sober. You'll be just as ugly still. Where'd you get that red dress? 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 Now I don't know what you got going on, but I know I never seen you with that red dress on. Tell me, where'd you get that red dress? Watching out the kitchen window, right here in this old brown chair, stack the empties on the table, toss them down the basement stairs. Where'd you get that red dress? Remember when we get together? Smoking, drinking, live forever. No one there to tell us no. Honey, don't you be yelling at me when I'm cleaning my gun. I'll wash the blood off the tailgate when deer season's done. We got one more weekend to go, and I'd like to kill one more doe. So I'll shovel the sidewalk again, 'cause you're still in a stew. Now bet the bridge tender's widow won't mind that I can't please you. She's sure got the run of the mills out here where the pickings are thin and there's not much to do. And I woke up last night in the grip of a fright, scared to breathe for I might make a noise. For this light that we crave, so little we save between the grandparents' graves and the grandchildren's toys. And we grew up hard, and our children don't know what that means. We turned into our parents before we were out of our teens. Through a series of Chevys and Fords, the occasional spin round the floor at the Copper Canteen. Now the big boxes out on the bypass are shaving us thin. I guess we can hold on a couple more years till the pension kicks in. Then we'll sell all the stock in the store, leave only the lock on the door, and wonder what then. When I wake up at night in the grip of a fright, and you hold me so tight to your chest, and your breath on my skin still pulls me back in till I'm weightless, and then I can rest. So if Monsignor should pull you aside as you're leaving the church, and I'm out on the ice dropping lines for the walleye and perch, tell him it's not your job to bring me to the fold, and I'd rather stand out in the cold. And honey, I know the wood pile's low and we can't close the flue, so I'll split up a couple more cords for the winter time's through. Hold on to your rosary beads, leave me to my mischievous deeds like we always do. Thank you. There's a rumor going around I had a record out last year. I've heard that record. It's not bad. Half a section in the short grass at the foot of the plains grows broomweed in the dry times and ragweed when it rains. It's all she's got left that the lawyers don't claim. Jackie does her damn best, never one to complain. She's been green breaking horses when she's home from the road, waiting on dispatch to find her a load. Least all but the trap, ponies can't graze a thing. Another bobtail, a coastal, oughta last them till spring. There were pictures on the tables and kids running around. 4 generations of a blinking light town. Was a Cotton-Eyed Joe, or maybe just the right glance? She got to go in with Randy at the Friday night dance. Just got 2 rules if my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in the Sunday school class. Life's just too crazy for that. Randy says not to worry, he'll feed while she's gone. She got the Freightliner idling half up on his lawn. He don't like her driving when the northers come blue, but if the horses went hungry, Lord knows what she'd do. Round Christmas up the Cap Rock, you can see all the towns, and the courthouses lit up for 10 miles around. It's a magical time to be traveling the roads, watch the country roll by in the halogens glow. Just got 2 rules if my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in Sunday school class. Life's just too crazy for that. She jackknifed on black ice with an oversized load. There's a white cross in the bar ditch where she went off the road. Wasn't going that fast, the responders all say how it ended that bad. We can wonder all day. Just got 2 rules if my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in the Sunday school class. Life's just too short for all that. Just got 2 rules if my conscience be known. Don't lie to me, don't bring me nothing home. Faithful's a nice word in the Sunday school class. Life's just too short for all that. Life's just too short for all that. For all that. believe I'll do a medley of my hit. Strap them kids in, give them a little bit of vodka and a cherry coke. We're going to Oklahoma to the family reunion for the first time in years. It's 7 Uncle Slayton's 'cause he's getting on in years. You know, he no longer travels, but he's still pretty spry. There's not much on talking, he's just too mean to die. And they'll be coming down from Kansas and West Arkansas. It'll be one great big old party like you never saw. Uncle Slayton's got his Texan pride, back in the thickets with his Asian bride. He's got a Airstream trailer and a Holstein cow. Still makes whiskey 'cause he still knows how. He plays that Choctaw Bingo every Friday night. You know he had to leave Texas, but he won't say why. He owns a quarter section of that Lake Eufaula. Caught a great big old blue cat on a drifting jug line. Sells his hardwood timber to the chipping mill. Cooks that crystal meth because the shine don't sell. He cooks that crystal meth because the shine don't sell. He likes that money, he don't mind the smell. My cousin Roscoe, Slayton's oldest boy, from his second marriage up in Illinois, raised in East St. Louis by his mama's people, where they do things different. Thought he'd just come on down. He's going to Dallas, Texas in a semi-truck called from that big McDonald's. You know, the one that's built up on that great big old bridge across the Will Rogers Turnpike. Took the big cabin exit, stopped and bought a carton of cigarettes at that Indian smoke shop with the big neon smoke rings and the Cherokee Nation. Hit Muskogee late that night. Somebody ran the stoplight at the Shawnee bypass. Roscoe tried to miss him, but he didn't quite. Bob and May come up from some little town way down by Lake Texoma, where he coaches football. They were 2A champions now for 2 years running, but he says they won't be this year. No, they won't be this year. Then he stopped off in Tushka at that pop knife and gun place, bought a SKS rifle and a couple full cases of that steel core ammo with the Verdun primers from some East Bloc nation that shouldn't ought to need them anymore. And a Desert Eagle, this one great big old pistol, I mean 50 caliber made by badass Hebrews, and some surplus tracers for that old BAR Slayton's. Soon as it gets dark, we're gonna have us a time. We're gonna have us a time. Have us a time. My Aunt Rita, now she's just about my age. She lives over in Missouri off of I-44 next to the great big old billboard of that little bitty baby wanting to know who's my daddy selling that DNA testing. And she just done 6 months down at the Red River Rehab, had a little pain pill problem, but she's okay now, you know she's okay now. It's just cocaine now. Ruthann and Lynn come down from Baxter Springs, and that's one hell-raising town way up in southeastern Kansas. Got a biker bar next to the lingerie store. It's got the Rolling Stones lips up there and bright pink neon, and they're right downtown where everyone can see them, and they burn all night. Burn all night. Ruthann and Lynn, they wear the cut-off breeches and them skinny little halters, and they're second cousins to me. Man, I don't care, I want to get between them with a great big old heart on, like an old Bodark fence post she could hang a pipe rail gate from. Do some sister twisters till cows come home, and we'll be having us a time, we'll be having us a time. Uncle Slayton's got his Texan pride, back in the thickets with his Asian bride. He's cut that corner pasture into acre lots. He sells them owner finance. Strictly to them, it's got no kind of credit, 'cause he knows they're slackers and they'll miss that payment. Then he takes it back, he plays that Choctaw Bingo every Friday night. He drinks his Johnny Walker at the Club 69. We're gonna strap them kids and give them a little bit of Benadryl and a cherry Coke. We're going to Oklahoma, gonna have us a time, have us a time. Thank you. I think right now would be the perfect time, the absolute perfect time for you all to get another drink, because I got to twist about 18 strings between these two guitars to keep it from starting to suck, because once the suckage starts, you never know where it's going to end. So get yourself a beverage and take care of your server. By that I mean start at 20% and go up like we do here in the United States. We do that here in the United States for a reason, and if you don't know that reason, then it just means you never worked service industry, and I can't tell you nothing. But trust me, got to tip these people. Thank you. Got a cup of black coffee so I don't get lazy. I got a rattle in the dashboard driving me crazy. And if I hit it with my fist, it'll quit for a little while. Gonna have to stop and take a piss in another mile. Headed into town, gonna meet you at the Mercantile. Take you to the Sonic, get you grinning like a crocodile. I got a hole in the floorboard sucking in fumes. I leave the hitchhiker standing cause I hadn't got room. Willie looked kind of scary so I didn't like him anyway. Could have been a con from a state prison runaway anyway. Probably hadn't showered in a couple days. No one but a fool would have given him the time of day. Just listen close, I'll tell you how I feel. You need to know, so I'll talk slow. I always keep it real. I see the red light blinking in the middle of town, but I don't see your car parked anywhere around. And I'm smoking into town like a Molotov cocktail rag in the gas cap, clapping loose, never fails, cell phones down cause they didn't get the check I mailed. How am I gonna find you now? How am I gonna find you now? I remember when I met you, I was in love in one fell swoop. You had a blade in your pocket and a rag in your belt loop. Guys are hovering around the bar like gulls on the ocean at the end of your shift, just in case you got the notion. Watch you washing all the glassware, poetry in motion. I'd have wrote the moon for you, how am I gonna find you now? How am I gonna find you now? Just listen close, I'll tell you how I feel. You need to know, so I'll talk slow. I won't let go of this obsessive zeal. I got a mad coming on and it's gonna be dreadful. And I'm washing down my blood pressure pill with a Red Bull. I hit the city limit sign and I'm blind and I'm seeing red. Uniroyal tire on the right rear throwing tread. Y'all don't see the X-rated scene running in my head. Big as a baby's arm. How am I gonna find you now? How am I gonna find you now? Don't know what went wrong, ain't known you that long to begin with. Leave the rocks in the road, stay away from the river, Virginia. There's not much you can do, except wait on the train when the road gullies out in the biblical rain. And that's how it's been ever since I can remember. I'm not too keen of mind, I don't pick up on signs like I ought to. So I won't sweat the cost of the coffee or the wine that I bought you. With your emptied out nest, your chicks have all flew. There's nobody left to take care of but you, and you don't know how how to just be. No one ever taught you. I can't find much to say as you play with that loose strand of hair. If you had your tail, you'd be twitching it. And I've got to get over the scare until you know. Until you know. Until you know. I never saw such a cold day in June. Did you ever, Virginia? In our young days, the old people called it Blackberry Winter. As the mail plane goes out at a slow rate of climb, this cold rain don't help with your low state of mind, hanging down like the fog on the ridge. You can't tell what's in it. And you stare me down hard and you ask me why I even care. It's not that I'm any Sir Galahad. There just needs to be somebody there to tell you no. To tell you no. To tell you no. To tell you no. Your bags are all packed. You're not coming back, that's for certain. And the landlady won't like the stains on the rugs and the curtains. Well, that's just wear and tear, such as happens in life. Folks around here live to gossip and gripe, so I won't tell a soul what they'll never know, never heard of. I found the letter you left at the foot of the stairs, and I heard the horn blow, the train's pulling out. I hope you find somebody there to tell you no. To tell you no. To tell you no. To tell you no. Leave the rocks in the road. Stay away from the river, Virginia. I'll do you one of the Robert Earl Keen songs that I wrote. Well, I might do both of them before the night's out. Flatter than a tabletop, makes you wonder why they stopped here. Wagon must have lost a wheel, or they lacked ambition one. In the great migration west, separated from the rest, though they might have tried their best, they never caught the sun. So they sunk some roots down in this dirt to keep from blowing off the earth. They built a town right here, and when the dust had all but cleared, they called it Levelland. The pride of man, Levelland. Granddad grew dryland wheat. He stood on his own 2 feet. His mind went incomplete, and they put him in the home. And Daddy's cotton grows so high, sucks the water table dry. The center pivot circles by, bleeding it to the bone. And I won't be here when there comes a day it all dries up and blows away. I'd hang around just to see, but they've never had much use for me in Levelland. They don't understand me out in Levelland. And I watch those jet trails carving up that big blue sky. Coast to coasters, watch them go. And I don't blame them one damn bit if they never look down on this. Not much down here they'd want to know. Just Levelland. Far as you can point your head, nothing but Levelland. Mama used to roll her hair back before the central air. We'd sit outside and watch the stars at night. She'd tell me to make a wish, and I'd wish we both could fly. I don't think she's seen the sky since we got the satellite dish, and I can hear the marching band doing the best they can to play Smoke on the Water, Joy to the World. And I paid up all my debts, got some change left over yet, and I'm getting on a whisper jet, gonna fly as far as I can get from Levelland. Done the best I can out in Levelland. Don Dixon told me if you think you're profound and you think that really matters, consider the line, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. And the fact that everybody in the world has heard it. She'll spend $1 as quick as a dime. She goes commando most all of the time, and she writes a fine prose, I'd have to say finer than mine. These things I've come to know. These things I've come to know. She likes to two-step, she likes to waltz. She likes to tango, no matter the cost. 'Cause she likes to spin till it leaves her a little bit lost. These things I've come to know. These things I've come to know. I don't know what made me so brazen and bold. At the time I was feeling so wasted and old. And I can't dance a lick, but sometimes I can flat rock and roll. These things I've come to know. These things I've come to know. You can yell at the top of your lungs for a round, but late in the shift, she'll suffer no clowns. And if you're wondering if the tattoo goes all the way down, she can change her own fuse, she can fix her own car. She can back down a drunk and run him out of the bar. She don't scare easy, but she can be pushed too far. These things I've come to know. These things I've come to know. These things I've come to know. Thank you. What I did with that other capo, there it is. Yeah, I used to spend a lot of time driving up and down, or back and forth across Western Canada. You got to go back and forth a long way because there's no gigs in the middle. I don't know how Canadian bands survive at all. But they grow this crop up there that has this incredible chartreuse blossom. We didn't know what it was, and being Americans, we didn't stop to ask. And one time we're up there in the fall, and those same fields had these rows raked up. It looked like a bunch of tumbleweeds raked up in the rows like you'd rake hay, you know, kind of long contour things. And there were these weird kind of reverse combine machines going along, eating up the rows and spitting chaff out the back. And we figured it must be some kind of seed crop. And then we came on, there was a sign in a field one day that said canola processing with a phone number. So we finally knew what that crop was, and I was finally able to finish this song. I've been dicking around with it for a long time. I was thinking about you crossing southern Alberta. Canola Fields on a July day, about the same chartreuse as that 69 bug you used to drive around San Jose. Never knew where my old white Lincoln might take you. Party on wheels with suicide doors. Bring the kids and the dogs and your grandma too. We always had room for more. Till that white knuckle ride back from Santa Cruz, second best surfer on the Central Coast, had you wrapped up all the way back to Los Gatos, and I could have cut his throat. And it wasn't like we were an item to start with that had no basis in fact. But the whiskey could push me to sudden extremes. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. Take my hand, Marie. Take a death grip on some part of me. Keep me from drifting far out to sea, or I'll be lost out there. We all filtered away with the days getting shorter, seeking our place in the greater scheme. Kids and careers and a vague sense of order, busting apart at the seams. I heard you switch coast, moved in with your sister. Doubt you'd have called it familial bliss. We met up in Brooklyn before it went hipster. You carried your keys in your fist. In a way back corner of a crosstown bus, we were hiding out under my hat, cashing in on a 30-year crush. You can't be young and do that. You can't be young and do that. Take my hand, Marie. Take a death grip on some part of me. Keep me from drifting far out to sea, or I'll be lost out there. Or I'll be lost out there. I was thinking about you crossing southern Alberta. Canola fields at harvest time look like tumbleweeds all raked up into rows, brown rusty contour lines. And there's not much moving on the romance radar. Not that I'm craving it all that much, but I still need to feel every once in a while the warmth of a smile and a touch. And in a way back corner of a crosstown bus, we were hiding out under my hat, cashing in on a 30-year crush. You can't be young and do that. Can't be young and do that. You can't be young and do that. You can't be young and do that. Take my hand, Marie. Take a death grip on some part of me. Keep me from drifting far out to sea, or I'll be lost out there. Or I'll be lost out there. Or I'll be lost out there. Look off down the highway at the glittering lights, like windshield glass on the shoulder at night, as the diesels come grinding on up from the plains, all bunched up like pearls on a string. I guess time don't mean nothing, not nothing at all. And out on the horizon, the broken stars fall. Old broken stars, they fall down on the land, get mixed in together with the lights of Cheyenne. Well, I've been up all night and I'm down in my back. I've been working the counter to take up the slack, 'cause the money tree's light and the whiskey stream's low. You ain't worked a week since July. You say the gravel pit's hiring after the first, but you don't have the nature for that kind of work. You might could hire on, but you won't make a hand. And I'll still be here looking at the lights of Cheyenne. You stand in the sky with your feet on the ground, never suspecting a thing. If the sky were to move, you might never be found, never be heard from again. We go on good behavior when our youngest comes home. She comes up from Boulder, but she don't stay long. And that oldest still fights me like she was 18. She stopped in for a six-pack a while ago. She's got a cowboy problem, and this last one's a sight. He's all dressed up like Gunsmoke for Saturday night. They were off to the bars for lack of a plan, racing those stars to the lights of Cheyenne. And you've kept all that meanness inside you so long, you'd fight with a fence post if it looked at you wrong. Well, a post won't hit back and it won't call the law. I look at you right, or I don't look at all. Now take a crumpled up soft pack and give it a shake. Out by the dumpster on a cigarette break, with one eye swole up from the back of your hand, and the other eye fixed on the lights of Cheyenne. You stand in the sky with your feet on the ground, never suspecting a thing. But if the sky were to move, you might never be found, never be heard from again. Now there's antelope grazing in range of my gun, but come opening weekend, you won't see a one. They'll vanish like ghosts, 'cause somehow they know. But now they're up to the fence in the early dawn, and it's warming up nicely for this time of year. The creeks are still frozen, but the roads are all clear. And I don't have it in me to make one more stand. though I never much cared for the lights of Cheyenne. A little town down the coast there, I saw it on the map. The Rand McNally map. And the blue letters next to the black dot that indicate where the town's supposed to be suggest that that town was probably once called Palacios. But us Texans call it Palacios, which kind of sort of rhymes with fascist if you think about it. Or if you don't. And I don't know, there might not be a single living fascist anywhere near Palacios, Texas. But I don't care, I work in rhyme and meter, you know. Nobody's idea of reality has any bearing on what I write, because I'd never get a song written if it did. But of course, you know, if we taught our kids a little bit of Spanish over the years, this song wouldn't have got written, because Palacios does not rhyme with fascist, you know. Sometimes it's all about the rhyme, you know. My brother's a fascist, lives in Palacios, fishes the pier every night. He holsters his Glock in a double retention. He smokes while he waits for a bite. He don't like the Muslims, he don't like the Jews, he don't like the blacks, and he don't trust the news. He hates the Hispanics and alternate views. He'll tell you it's tough to be white. My sister's a Christian, she likes to go fishing. She don't mind my brother at all, 'cause he puts her on redfish and flounder and trout, and they tear up the flats in the fall. She gets back to Dallas all sunburnt and sour, worn out from slinging plugs hour after hour, seeing spots when she closes her eyes in the shower. She don't see a conflict at all. And that's the state of the union, I guess. It's always been iffy at best. We're all in the family, the cursed and the blessed. It's the state of the union, I guess. Now mother turned 80, consummate lady. We took her to Golden Corral, 'cause she likes the yeast rolls and the Bourbon Street chicken. We oughta known better by now, 'cause me and my brother got into it good. I called him a hick and he called me a hood. He said Dad always treated his Mexicans good. I guess you think you're better somehow. Yeah, you think you're better, Mr. Cardigan Sweater, snowflake if ever there was. You think you're so cool, you did good in school, you got whooped every day on the bus. Sister lit out for the shouting got worse. Went to Wednesday night prayer at the New Christian Church with a cross on her neck and a 9 in her purse. She thinks she's the wisest of us. That's the state of the union, I say. Christmas dinner could be hell to pay. It'll be how about them cowboys and have a blessed day. It's the State of the Union, I say. It's the State of the Union, I guess. We're all in a hell of a mess. We'll do all we're able with what we got left. It's the State of the Union, I guess. We'll do all we're able with what we got left. It's the State of the Union, I guess. Okay, I'll leave you with a happy song. Happiest song I ever wrote. It does retain the air of cynicism that McMurtry songs require, but anyway, thanks for coming out, folks. And thanks to Rusty and Teresa and everybody here. You got a friendly and professional staff. Please tip them. You know, tip them well, because that's what they live on. Once again, thanks for being here. Looking back down the road from a little ways out, I never had a fear and I never had a doubt. If I'd had a lick of sense, I'd have figured that out pretty fast. But I wasn't any smarter than the average kid. Somebody might have noticed, but I never did. I never saw the future fading right into the past. Talking to the wallpaper, wandering the halls. I burned a lot of bridges and I dropped a lot of balls. It's a wonder I can never go back to any place I've been. But I wouldn't get down on my knees on a bed. I'm near enough to Jesus as I ever want to get. Seeking salvation isn't part of my general plan. Save your prayers for yourself. Raise my glass to your health. I don't mind if you don't look like me. I can share my bread and wine. I come from another time. It don't matter all that much if it don't bleed. If it don't bleed. Now it's all I can do just to get out of bed. There's more in the mirror than there is up ahead. A smile and a nod like I heard what you said every time. So run another rack, pour another shot. You don't get it back, so give it all you got. Well, you still got a more or less functional body and mind. Save your prayers for yourself. Raise my glass to your health. I don't mind if you don't look like me. I can share my bread and wine. I come from another time. It don't matter all that much if it don't bleed. If it don't bleed. I learned to answer my calls and open my mail. I paid my taxes and I stayed out of jail. You stay in the game when you're too broke to fail, that's a fact. Talking to the wallpaper, sleeping in the hall. Your bones get brittle, so you better not fall. You're slow to a crawl, time gets to ball in the jack. On you right off the track. Save your prayers for yourself. Raise my glass to your health. I don't mind if you don't talk like me. I can share my bread and wine. I come from another time. It don't matter all that much if it don't bleed. If it don't bleed. If it don't bleed. If it don't bleed. Thank you. Y'all travel safe, okay?